Coach, after such a gritty performance on Saturday, how discouraging was the second half today?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's discouraging. I think it's disappointing, but really all it is we played sort of similarly for 24 minutes. They do it for 40, and that's really all it really comes down to. And they do it in ways where it's not pretty. It's a grind. But every possession they're going to do what they do, and they do it over and over. And, and when we got to that point at 24 minutes, whatever it was at the 16 and a half minute mark, we didn't have it anymore. Like, our offense let us down today. And they're going to grind you and fight you every single possession, and our offense was, not enough variety to it. Guys, because of the grind, not knowing what we're doing, we had just had too many possessions where there's not an oomph to it, there's not a fire to it, there's not a hardness to it. And we helped them play well in the second half because we didn't have that fire, that oomph offensively. You need it on both ends of the court, and I didn't think we had it in the beginning of the game. We had 4 turnovers like the same way in the beginning, but we sort of rectified it. We came around to it. We fought through it. We grinded out that half the way you had to. We won the last 2 4-minute segments of that half to say it's 28-26. You're playing the first-place team in the league, and you know what? You got to do it for 40. And that's been our thing all year. They have tons of experience. They got tons of, age, physical experience, and they do it for 40 minutes, and that's why they are in first place in the league. So we don't, And then the last thing is, on Saturday, it's disappointing because on Saturday everybody played well. And Air Force needs everybody to play well. Our margin for error is so thin that every guy that goes out there has to play well. Play well doesn't mean I scored 22 points. Play well, no, it means I got such energy. I do what we do. I'm so good at that. I fight that way. We didn't have that from certain guys tonight, and we need it. Saturday, we had it, right? Today, didn't get it. And you can look at the stat sheet and you can see, that we didn't get it. And I know, it's going to be really hard for us when we don't get everybody playing well.
Boise State really caught fire from 3 in the second half. Did you feel like that was the product of some missed shots and they got those in transition? What did you think?
Yeah, I think what happened there was, it's 36-30, their guy 15. Okay, you know what? He might be open, he might not. He makes it, and it's 39-30 now. Now, while that was going on, we missed ours, and it leads to a little bit of that, and that's where the experience comes in to sort of, okay, don't let it get away from me. Keep doing it. But our offense wasn't that crisp. And then even when, we did score, to their credit, didn't matter what shot they took, they made it. But, you go to press, and when you press in that situation, you're seeing if you can create a turnover, get a little change in the flow of the game. And they did what we wanted. They took shots within 4 seconds. You know what I mean? They threw it down the sideline. All right, I know there's open, but we wanted them to shoot quick because they shoot quick, you miss. We get the rebound. Okay, well, but nope, they don't miss. So that's what I mean. Give them credit. 11 makes them. So you got to do it for 40 minutes in that regard, and you definitely have to execute on offense because that always helps your defense. And I just thought tonight our offense let our defense down. As that happened, it helped them sort of play well. Now they're going to figure out a way to play well over 40 anyhow. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. But I think we sort of helped them there in that second half a little bit with our lack of, offensive, fire.
You and Ethan both got technicals in the second half. How much do you think that hurt you guys as Boise was starting to gain some traction?
I don't know. They were gaining traction. I think, like I just said to the guys, I've been doing a good job of not letting things bother me. I got to keep making sure I do a better job at not letting things bother me. That's my responsibility. And then I got to do that so that our guys, like I said to them after the game, that's my responsibility because you got to get rid of all your distractions. We got to get rid of to do what we got to do here, man. Our guys have to have 0 distractions. And they got to practice that every day in their daily life to be able to go out here and have 0 distractions, and that's part of it. Whatever that was, getting distracted, letting something bother you, So that's definitely my fault. I got to be better at it. Like I said, I think I've been better. I think our team's getting better at it right now. And it's got to be a focus for us down the stretch in terms of just having that kind of, approach, that kind of a mindset. Like I said, I think we're getting better at it, but obviously there's still room for improvement.
You look at how you guys have played on the road versus at home. What do you think has played into that?
You know, I said it to our guys before the game. You know, I know for a fact, you know, every road game we've played 7. The only one we weren't at halftime leading or right there was at Boise, but it was 27-27 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first half. So I don't know, and our guys came out today and responded. But for whatever the reason, you know, it's still the whole 40-minute thing. But there's something about, you know, I don't know. I know our women's coach has made comments about it, you know, like midweek, 7 o'clock games and who knows what. I mean, I don't really care. You know, that's what I mean about distractions, you know what I mean? We got to get really good. That's what toughness is, and I don't think it's something that they practice that often because they're so distracted by the stupid, you know, like I can say, the stupid stuff. They just get distracted looking at stuff on their phone. Who knows what? It's got nothing to do with basketball. And that's why, like I said, it's a 4-year thing, man, because you do that every day and you work and you get stronger and you get tougher and you get rid of your distractions. You know what? That's how you play 40 minutes. And we're still obviously working on that. We're still growing that way. But that's got to be a focus for us. And I can't answer it for you, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, I don't know. But I know there's something to it, you know what I mean? And we definitely have to correct it. There's no doubt about it. But we got to be able to go to Utah State and say the same thing on Friday. You know, that's what I want to see. I want to see a team that goes into an unbelievable environment like we just did and be ready to go, because that's what we got to do.
What do you think was the biggest thing that plagued you this time?
I think our offense just kind of slowed down, and then Coach always says our best defense is making the basket, best offense. And so if we make the basket, we can get back better. We can see who our guys are. And, I mean, yeah, it's frustrating. We're in the game, but they just play 40 minutes. They're aggressive 40 minutes, and we played aggressive for 23 minutes, and we just got to do the same thing as them, and then we'll be in the game.
Boise really struggled from 3 in the first half. They didn't so much in the second half. As far as them getting a lot of open looks, what do you think caused that?
I mean, I think, like I said, it's the offense. I mean, we couldn't get the ball in the basket a couple of times, and they got on fast break. And once they make one, then they see the ball go in the basket. Then they get more confident, and that's what we try to do at the beginning of the game. We try to get them to miss their first, so they don't have as much confidence. But they ended up just knocking them down. They gain more confidence.
It felt like you guys had a similar energy to the New Mexico game in the first half. Did you feel like there was a moment where you guys kind of lost that energy?
I think it was just right after that 17 mark when we couldn't make a basket and they started making threes. I think that's when we started losing it. But, I mean, teams are going to make runs. We have to find a way how to push through and just get that easy layup in, and then we'll stop the run and then get back into the game. That's something we got to do.
Dagenhart was big the first time you guys played them, big tonight. Just what makes him so hard to stop?
I mean, the offense is based out on him, and he's a great player. I mean, he's going to be first team all conference, so he's a great player on a great team, and he kind of plays like Luka, very steady, and we just gotta figure out how to play one-on-one, and it's all about one-on-one defense. And if you can't stop players one-on-one, I mean, you're not going to win.